Every time Jesus was criticized, a lot of times he told a story. But I want to say this too. When people start saying, well, the well this, the well that on their little, Facebook and they're typing away, we don't have to respond in the same way. We can just be like, hey, Jesus' defense is my defense. Amen? Yeah. Jesus' defense is my defense. And if he's not going to react to what people are saying, and he's just going to say, here is what I came for. When we do that, we will overcome what the enemy is trying to tear down. Amen?
Yes, yes.
So, Jesus is, in Luke chapter 15, I want to set it up. He's talking to two different groups of people, right? He's talking to the sinners, and he's talking to the Pharisees. And he's saying, hey, you two groups of people, I want to tell you this story, because he'd just been criticizing all the sinners are going, well, this guy tells me that there's a better life. I want to hang out and see what he's talking about. And all of the religious people who were married to a method and not a mission said, hey, here's the thing, you can't do that. I want to show up and tell him he can't do that. So here they are criticizing Jesus in Luke chapter 15, and he says, hey, I want to tell you a couple stories. Sounds like my grandpa. I love it. He's like, hey, well, one time back in, 19, whatever. But Jesus starts in and he says, hey, listen, I'm going to tell you this story about this shepherd. And the shepherd, he had 100 sheep. And one of them wanders off. He said, and this one wanders off, and he says, okay, I'm going to make sure that these sheep are okay. I'm going to put them in the fold. I don't have time to go into all of this, but man, if you just study the Bible, it's so good, right? He makes sure that they're okay in the fold, and he goes and he finds this one lost sheep. Yeah. There are many times in the Bible that it refers to humanity, and it likens us to sheep. Now, let me tell you, sheep are some of the dumbest animals in the world. But I don't think that God was saying, humans are stupid. I don't think that that's what God's saying. But the thing about sheep is they have some of the best hearing of all animals. I think it's important to note that he says faith comes by hearing, and hearing by the word of God. That as sheep, as people, we need to learn to listen to what God is saying and where he is moving. And then he will speak to us. Amen?
Yes.
But he says, hey, here's the thing. He has this one lost sheep. He goes out, he finds it, and he brings it back in. And he shows up and he has a party. It says that he finds this one lost sheep, he brings it back, and he says, hey, friends, family, let's hang out, and let's throw this big party. And he throws this huge thing. And I'm like, hold on a minute. You have one sheep that wanders off, and you get it and you bring it back. Because I'm a pretty literal thinker. I try to think about Bible stories and just even my own life situations that happen. And see, he goes and finds this one sheep and he brings it back and he throws a party. I'm going, you could have just saved the money on your huge party and you could have bought another sheep. That seems pretty simple to me. Just buy another sheep. Why go through all of the work or all of the trouble to get the sheep back? Jesus doesn't say how long it took the shepherd, to find the sheep, but we know that it took time out of his day to do it. And if I can pause for a second and say, please do not ever become too busy to share the love of Jesus with someone. I'm not saying we have to do these crazy, extravagant things, but man, here he was chasing after a lost sheep. Because it was lost, because it had value. So please, just don't, in our busy lives, I know everybody is busy. No one just sits around and twiddles their thumbs. I get that. I know this day and age, we are all so busy. But please make sure that if you notice, if we say, God, show me who to talk to and what to say today and where to go. And as we're living our life, just do not become too busy to stop and say, hey, let me help. Hey, let me do this. Hey, can I share a word with you? Hey, can I do this?
Yes.
Because he went and it took all this time and he took all of this money and he did this. And I'm like, what is going on? And see,